Hello, everybody, and welcome back to He Makes Me Play. I am Marius, and I'm here as always with Vincent. Hello, Vincent.
Hi, Marius.
And Vincent is here because I am blind. I cannot see. I cannot see video games, but he can.
Yeah, how dare you, Marius?
Yeah, how dare I be
making me
blind.
play this game for you.
You know what? None of that matters today, Vincent, because today is such a special day. It's the release of the final cut.
The final cut.
Yes. Would you explain to our viewers who may not be in the know what that means and why we're so excited?
Well, it's the first update, the first big update for Disco Elysium in quite a while. And apart from updates to certain quest lines and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and a bunch of goodies, as we discovered minutes before we started recording.
Yeah, we haven't actually looked at too much of them because we don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't read the patch notes and stuff because, yeah, we really don't want to be spoiled. I think Vincent told me that there's like new quests and stuff even.
I don't know if there are new quests or just the current ones are more extensive. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, okay. But the thing that I'm most excited about is the fact that, as far as I understand it, everything is voice acted now.
Yes.
Which is incredible.
Absolutely.
And will actually, this will make this job for you way easier, Vincent.
So much easier.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't even know what you're still going to be doing. I guess I need you to click stuff.
Yeah, because you couldn't do that yourself.
But Vincent, honestly, I think I might miss it. But let's talk about that after we've played or whatever. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get into it. I want to see this final cut.
Okay. And where have we left off?
Yeah, what the fuck are we actually doing? I know. We got into the harbor quite a while ago, had the sort of boss battle conversation with Everett, the Union leader, and we kind of had to run an errand for him. Which was to open a door in some place behind the Whirling and Rags or whatever. And it's unclear what that really means. And also we got the corpse down with the help of Measurehead or Head Measurer.
Basically, he did it for us, yes.
That's right. And that's, I think, the most immediate thing we are about to do because we had to do a field autopsy, which surprised us.
We are standing right at the corpse at the moment. And
yeah, so let's do this stupid autopsy. I mean, that's easy, right?
Okay. Also, there was something in the options. We looked at them very shortly, and I'll just make sure. Ooh, that's nice. So when I press escape, usually there's just on the left the menu with continue, save game, load game, all that. Now, in the middle, there's the controls. Which is very nice.
Like for walking and stuff? What do you mean by controls?
F1 is help, F5 is quick save, pause menu, what's the movement, the inventory.
Just keyboard shortcuts.
Yeah, I'm looking, is there anything for running? No, there's not. Great. And then on the right, there are, on the bottom right, there are, I think, what the usual loading tips are. So, for example, at the moment, it says, see a container you can't open, equip a pry bar. Which...
We've done that.
Yeah. I think that might just be possibly because SSDs at the moment are so fast that maybe people don't even see the loading screen that much.
Oh, wow. Good thinking, Vincent.
I've heard about that. Not my idea. And above that, there are, 6 short descriptions about thoughts, tools, time, tasks, skill points, and skill checks.
Okay.
But I don't think there's anything new. It's just a short explanation for example, time. Time passes when picking new dialogue options. Read books to pass time quicker.
Yeah, okay.
Stuff like that.
We knew that.
But what I was actually looking at was these new menu options. So in addition to the new voice acting, there are new menu options for the tutorial agent, the detective mode, hardcore mode, streamer mode, and Twitch integration. And I think hardcore mode was here before. But what I was looking at was the detective mode.
Oh yeah, that's going to be helpful. We looked at these briefly before, everyone, so I know what that means. But explain, please, to people out there.
Well, the detective mode is supposed to highlight objects that we can interact with once we get near them.
Yeah, that sounds like a major convenience.
Yes, and it is in fact on. So I was wondering because the corpse is not lighting up at the moment.
Okay, maybe because...
Neither is Kim. But maybe it's just new objects?
Yeah, or like not so super obvious ones. I don't know. Of course you're going to click on the corpse.
Yeah, could be. But okay, before we interact with the corpse, there is a way to interact with ourselves. There's a thought.
Okay.
And I believe that should be voice acting.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm so excited.
Nope. The letters for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man.
You know
Okay,
what,
there it
Vincent?
is.
I'm sort of glad that these little thought bubbles aren't voice acted, because otherwise I would miss your mellifluous voice. That's
true.
reading these observations.
Yeah, there's also Kuno and Kuno S next to us who are constantly talking to each other.
Okay,
what are you doing, Kuno?
I really do not talk to these children. Kuno is not the first voice actor I want to hear in the final cut.
Let's just get to the corpse.
Can we talk to Kim? Or the corpse? The corpse is okay too.
Either one is fine. So
Yeah,
which one first?
Corpse. Let's just get this autopsy out of the way.
Okay.
I just wonder if the corpse is voice acted.
Let's see.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
There's a continuation.
Oh my god, I've got a big fat smile on my face.
I mean, he's not as
listening
good
to
as
that.
me, obviously, but he's doing a pretty decent
I was
job.
gonna ask if they... Vincent, have you been keeping secrets from me? Did Zaum just hire you to do their voice acting? Because it's exactly the same.
Well,
Not quite.
I offered,
Not exactly.
but I haven't heard back, so...
Yeah. Do you think that was the voice? Is that supposed to be the narrator? And is it, like, for the entire game now? And is it the voice actor of Head Measurer? Because I thought
No.
it is.
No, I was thinking for the voice actor for the... What was it? The limbic system? Or the reptile brain?
Oh, but that guy is much deeper. At least in doing that voice.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is supposed to be the hanged man, not...
Okay, it's not the general narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. So, well, okay, apart from gushing over this voice acting, let's actually play the goddamn game.
Yeah, we can continue.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Never mind, it's a narrator.
Okay.
And now we have three options. One is leave, but we don't care about that. The other ones are, first, what exactly is a field autopsy, which we have already clicked.
Yeah, I remember.
And the other one is, tell me something, dead man.
Yeah, tell me something.
Shoot, loony rooney.
You're absolutely right. That's the reptile brain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was very clear right now.
And there is, like, one new options. They're all the previous ones we have clicked before.
Oh, did we take this option as well already?
Tell
me something.
But I think these are the
Oh, from the
options.
conversation with the...
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember. Okay.
And the new one is, I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
I remember that. I think we didn't pick that on purpose.
Yeah.
And I
because
still don't want to pick it.
because we agreed that we are basically talking to ourselves. Right?
Yeah. And we don't want to go down this narcissistic self-hatred route any further than Harry already is.
Yeah. Also, I just noticed, I think we have a skill point left open. Just to keep that in mind.
That's good that you pointed out, because I forgot. But I think we'll think about it later, what we want to spend it on.
Yeah.
You have to be kind of...
Come back later,
sorry.
Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features, if possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
I forgot that these things talk now.
yeah. It's awesome.
I just wanted to get back to the previous menu.
I did think now, though, that this voice actor probably, like... You really want to give him just, like, whiskey and honey or something
Yeah.
for his glottis. Must be quite the glottis on that guy after talking like that. Anyway, let's do the actual autopsy. Is that an option?
I don't see it. Maybe we can talk to Kim about it, because now
Oh,
the only
okay.
option we have is leave.
Yeah, okay. Talk to Kim. He, of course, has been voice acted already before. Probably nothing new there.
Yes.
We're straight. So while we were talking to the corpse, Kim moved around the corpse and kneeled down and looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I clicked on him, so our character just stepped forward onto the corpse, basically. We are an excellent
Is he,
detective.
like, clipping through the corpse? Does it look glitchy?
I can't really see.
Okay,
because
but
one...
it just doesn't look like a proper detective would do it.
Yeah, like one foot is maybe resting on the corpse, maybe not. It's quite hard to see behind the leg.
Okay, but he's not, like, playfully kicking the head or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we already shot the corpse, so how worse can it get?
Okay,
How much?
How do we actually... So there are options for Kim, but none of them is about an autopsy.
Yeah, okay, then this is not the way to go. Just dismiss him. So how do we do this, Vincent? Something lighting up by detective mode?
No, not really. There's just the corpse and Kim. Let's look at the quest real quick.
Yeah, good idea.
Perform field autopsy. The hanged man is down. Perform a closer inspection of his body, arriving at cause of death. This will need a form to be filled in 3 parts.
Maybe we look at our clipboard, or like,
Yeah.
do we have a form like that?
Well, we have the ledger of failure and hatred, and we have equipped it.
That's the police ledger, right?
Yes.
With all our past cases and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did that have this case in it?
I'm not sure, but let's interact with it. and
Yeah.
see.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
This is a different voice actor, though. Earlier, when I agreed with you, that was the voice of the corpse. Do you agree? This is the narrator now.
Yeah.
And I think it might be a different guy, or it's at least the same guy not doing that same glottis trick and also sporting some kind of accent.
Yeah,
That's different.
I agree. Maybe that's supposed to be us. Oh boy.
I hope not. I imagine Harry sort of differently.
I mean, it would fit the idea of a 50-year-old drunk.
Yeah, but not every 50-year-old drunk sounds like has such a deep voice with that commands so much authority. I would imagine Harry to be leaning more towards Hugh Laurie, at Dr. House, which is a bit sort of squeaky. A bit
Yeah.
higher pitched.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. I would also say that, he is a police officer he has been a police officer for quite
You
some
think
time.
he should command authority?
Yeah, but I agree
Yeah.
that this voice doesn't quite fit him, maybe.
Well, let's just get some more impressions
Yeah.
and decide later. So, the ledger.
So we have 2 options that we haven't looked at the moment. Browse the case files again and read a case file.
Hmm.
But I don't see anything about creating a new form.
No.
We can browse the forms again.
Yeah,
Let's
sure,
look at
click
that.
on it, yeah.
Thin, see-through copy of paper, mostly neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes like marching armies. These are your official forms, easy enough to make sense of.
I have to really get used to this, Vincent, because every time I hear this now, like when you read to me, it's so wonderful. I'm focused on the content of what you're saying, and with this guy now, all I'm hearing is the voice. Can't focus on what he's talking about. But this will get better. Don't worry.
Yeah, good thing it's not really of essence at the moment.
Yeah, and this doesn't. Yeah, okay. Are there any options that lead us further towards autopsy?
Yeah, there's one in all caps, field autopsy.
That's it, Vincent. Nice.
Dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Here's the problem, Vincent. I guess you have to now say after an interlocution like that, which skill it was that said that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's your best guess?
Half-Light?
No, physical instrument.
Oh, this is going to be a fun game now where I can guess all this. Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, you'll probably figure out which voices, which...
Do you think they have different voices?
I would assume so, yeah.
That would be cool. Then that's really cool. If not, actually would have been more convenient for you to do it. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We're not just here for convenience.
Bad thing about this whole dialogue is we're back at the previous menu. So we can't really take out a form or anything.
Okay, this is just the fact that we have them. Well, then at least we know we're done here. Let's get out of the ledger.
Okay.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
Okay.
Okay, and we're out of the ledger. But we have the ledger on us.
Back at the corpse.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. His body is supine and open to intrusion by the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
I was just wondering if I can cut this by just clicking the continue button, and I can.
Because we already heard it.
Yep.
That was the right move. Okay, new options?
No, but let's just go back to the first one first. What exactly is a field autopsy?
Yeah, okay.
Also, I'm interested to hear Kim talk again.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
He's really smooth. I really love him.
And there we go. Clap your gloved hands. Let's get in there.
So the trick was to equip the ledger?
No, I think we just
to look at the forms?
No, neither. I think we just never looked at the first exactly what is a field autopsy. And last time we did, but we never clicked the okay, let's do it.
Okay. We're just idiots. That's the solution.
That's why I love us, right? We're just
we always make it eventually.
Yeah, we're bumbling idiots just as Harry is.
Yeah, that's right. Method acting.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
What does that mean?
Well, we have gardening gloves.
I know, but what does he mean, get in there in limited capacity? This is like a really obtuse way of speaking, Kim.
Yeah, I agree.
Does he mean we're supposed to just use our hands? Or, like, just don't touch it, let him do it? Is that what he means?
Yeah, or maybe we're just not supposed to, like, cut him open and get into the body, but rather just use our...
But then why are you doing an autopsy? Well, anyway, what are the options, Vincent?
We can say, all right, or I don't know. What do you mean?
Okay, glad to see some things are still the same. The game is still anticipating exactly what our problems are. So let's say, I don't know. What do you mean?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
Perfect. And we can only say, we just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
Yeah, I'm totally fine, by the way, with Kim's plan.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, we got 5 XP.
Nice. Okay.
Also, there's the narrator doesn't say stuff like he nods, which
I see. Okay, then you have to do this, Vincent.
I mean, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
But you did it before. I don't want to miss that stuff. Come on.
Yeah, but I can't do that when it's in the middle of a sentence. Like, for example, before he said, there truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. He nods approvingly. However, they are lacking hygienically. So I'm not going to interrupt Kim there.
Good point. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
When it's, I trust your judgment. When it's very relevant, then you will probably say it afterwards.
I will judge thee. Let's continue.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Esprit de corps.
Empathy. But honestly, I would have said Esprit de corps too, I think.
This is a fun game, Vincent.
Yeah, I mean, so far you're close on the general area, right? This is...
yeah, but there's no... Close but no cigar, you know?
Yeah.
We gotta hit it or not.
Okay, open our ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts.
And continue.
Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Number 1. In parentheses, begin. First assistant.
That's our name, then? That has to go there?
That's the, yeah, basically the part of the form.
I wonder why they do this in so much detail. Makes me think it must be important.
Well, we can also say, let's jump ahead to the 3-part summary, or we can say, let's pause this autopsy.
Yeah, Harry, let's start with the summary. That sounds like a good idea. Sure, let's do number 1. Fill in the name. Take from the top.
First assistant.
That's you.
Thanks, Kim.
Oh boy. So,
our name?
What do we write here? We can write our initials, HDB, our name, Harry Dubois, or we can Right, Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
That was the fantasy name we initially came up with.
Or we can just leave it empty.
What do you think is the difference between the initials and the full name that we got from Everett?
I think there may be options in the game to get the initials before you get the name.
Ah,
So I guess
good
Terry,
thinking.
the full name would be the best option in that sense.
I want to take the full name.
Yeah, me too.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Number 2, Coroner's case number.
Oh,
KK57 dash
Okay.
0803 dot 0815.
why does he just know that? God, Kim,
I don't know.
so amazing.
Why is he so depressed about that? Or
Yeah, that was.
indifferent.
Are you saying this was an overacted voice line?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how often this voice actor had to do that. So,
Yeah, and it really makes me wonder what's the point of this? Why is this important?
also, I like the last 4 digits are 0815, which means just write it in German 0815. It's just,
Hey, that's true. That might actually be a joke.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Because
that's...
everyone, 0815 is. How do you explain that, Vincent? It's a weird number in German that means you would use it to refer to something extremely average.
Yeah, or common.
Yes,
And I wonder if is that just a German thing? Maybe.
I think so. Anyway, so we just put in this number.
Yeah, we write it down.
Yeah.
Next,
Number 3, name.
NA. Next,
Date
That
of
means. What does that NA stand
We-
for?
not available. We don't know the name of the...
Okay.
Uh,
That's
Victim.
it when you write N/A, right?
mhm.
I always wondered what it stands for, and I always thought it's non-available, but I never quite knew.
I mean, maybe it's something else, and I just always thought it's not available.
Ah, okay, so you're also just making assumptions.
I never looked it up, to be fair.
Yeah, but Kim seems to agree that at least it means that something's missing.
So, date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Right.
Okay, so we can make guesses, I guess.
Yeah, roughly 50.
Yeah.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Thank you.
Do you think that if you had played a really intelligent kind of character with encyclopedia and stuff, you would know some of these details?
Possibly.
Could have figured it out? Yeah, maybe. I wonder. It does make me wonder if this situation would be different in another playthrough.
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly imagine that we just failed a couple of tests.
Yeah. Maybe also while talking to the corpse or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Let's continue.
Next one is race.
Mondial.
Write it down.
Man,
The
I
pudgy
must...
mess of
Sorry.
curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
More morbid interjections by the corpse, thanks. I was going to say that we passed all the race enigma stuff, and I still have no idea what Montreal is or whatever.
Yeah, that seems new to me. I don't think I've ever heard that, or maybe I just
Yeah,
don't remember.
But honestly, even if it had been in there with the Al Ghul and all that stuff, I would have immediately
Yeah,
forgotten.
fair enough.
Okay, continue.
Sex.
That's Kuno.
That's Kunoes.
Oh, are we going to hear Kuno as well?
The great thing is, it says, fucky fucky, the little monster exclaims energetically. And continue.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
That's Kuno.
Yeah, exactly what I would have thought he sounded like.
Well, now we can obviously write male, or we can write fucky fucky, or we can write pig's gonna have sex.
That's a funny joke the game makes here, but let's write male.
We're a good police officer.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Okay, by now I just think the game is making fun of our inability to get anything out of this corpse.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, we don't...
Certainly, it has a different character if it's interjecting with the narrator than, as opposed to you reading it. But, okay, it's just me having to get used to something.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Okay, next one is date of birth, date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
Okay,
All
write
right.
that down.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
And he's looking over our shoulder while he says that.
Okay.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What does that mean, evidence of treatment?
I have no idea.
Treatment seems like the weird word to use for a corpse. But okay.
Yeah, is that referring to the method of death? Or the
Yeah,
method of
treating the
killing,
corpse,
or-
maybe preserving it, or yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's
yeah,
the
that could be.
killing
Mhm.
that would probably be, well, I don't know, method of death. I don't know. Let's just continue.
A strange word. Treatment.
Inland Empire.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Good job.
That's the one I identify. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And also, thanks, game, again, having our thought exactly.
Yeah, and guess what? Now we can ask, what exactly is treatment anyway?
Cool.
We can also say, number 2, I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? Number 3, agreed, no treatment. Number 4, I'm not so sure. And the last one, what's next? And then in parentheses, no opinion.
Let's ask about treatment first.
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're
Esprit de
leaving a
corps.
weak impression here.
Authority.
Say something
Oh.
sure-handed.
Okay, I could have caught that if I had listened till the end.
Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
Suggestion or empathy?
Neither. Volition.
Oh, okay.
But that was a very nice voice.
Yeah, maybe he talks differently depending on the skill. That could be. Yeah, okay.
So, what do you say? I'm in favor of, I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
But what about asking the question? Did we already do that? Ask him what treatment is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He just said that. I'm sorry. My brain is being zapped by this amazing narrator whose voice I keep listening to.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be an awesome episode. It might be a little bit painful for people who have watched this before because we're struggling to adjust.
Well,
but okay.
If that's the case, dear viewer, let us know. We can also turn off the voiceover.
That's true. It's not beyond imaginable, but so far, no way I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Also, I think there's an option to just turn off the voiceover for the thoughts.
Right, which would be the skills and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because, yeah, okay. I don't want to get into that discussion, but that is an option, and we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
I agree with you that we should mention the boots and stuff.
Yeah. Also, just to repeat, Kim said in regards to what treatment is, interfering with the body's position or
Yes.
wounds post-mortem.
Thank you.
So, number 2, I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried away?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest, as if in preparation.
We should start the post-mortem.
And now we turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Is there a slight lisp going on?
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think the word lists is just maybe difficult to say. Fair enough.
Well, I mean, in general, this man has an accent.
Yeah.
Right? I can't tell you what, but like, it's not like what I mean by that is it's not like English received pronunciation or like, I don't know, some common American accent, like a Boston accent or whatever, Chicago, you know. It's a little bit special.
It's possibly not Martinez, but wait, Martinez is the not
Martinez
the city,
is
the
the continent. I can't figure that shit out. The city is Rochevaux or whatever.
Yeah,
but
right,
like
Rochevaux.
it doesn't fucking matter because even if it's the city, like, I couldn't tell you what accent is being spoken here. They're all over the place, which is
Fair
great.
enough.
I can't put it down, you know?
Yeah, I'm just still wondering if that's supposed to be Harry.
It's possible, yeah.
And then that would be, I guess, a Chevalian accent.
But, I mean, our dialogue options that we choose are never spoken out loud, and that's stuff we actually say.
Right.
So I think Harry's voice is being kept secret.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Maybe that's the grand reveal at the end. That we get a cutscene and
Finally
Harry
get my
speaks.
voice back. And he sounds like SpongeBob. Hey guys, I got my gun back. Yeah, anyway, let's start the postmortem.
Okay, so we can start with the external examination or the internal examination,
Let's start on the outside.
or we can we can start with a description of injury summary. All of these are summaries. So outside.
Outside.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
That's referencing Kunues.
Yeah. This must be very exciting for the children to see us do an autopsy in the open.
Yeah, so we write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Thank God.
We write that down.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white.
Now I don't even have to describe things anymore.
That's
This is
true, but
great.
this is only because Kim is doing it.
Uh-huh.
The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
And we write that down.
The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
We write it down.
I guess this is supposed to just be like, okay, actual professional police work now. Give that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Also, I wonder if there would be anything new here for us if we had just succeeded earlier, for example, or just not looked through all the options for the
That's true. Yeah.
cops.
It's possible. Okay, let's get it done.
Write it down.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters, generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Okay. We can touch the corpse's hair before moving on, or we can write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness.
Yeah, touch the hair. Why not?
Touch it.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
We can stroke his hair. We can also stroke his hair gently, or we can write it down.
I want to stroke it gently.
Yeah, me too. I just want to see what happens.
I don't want to piss off Kim, but I do want to stroke it gently. Get some humanity back into this cold corpse.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove,
Ugh.
like thread off a ragdoll's head.
We can keep petting him, or we can write it down.
This is always so, what do you say, seductive? Titillating, if the game keeps giving you these options to continue with a weird, outrageous activity. So let's do it.
Absolutely, I'm on board.
More hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape.
Or maybe there's something interesting there.
Yeah, let's find out.
There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now.
That's true.
That was empathy. And
Oh,
we
nice.
can
I missed that there was a skill. Okay.
we can say, there, baby. Or we can write it down.
No, say there,
Well,
there, baby.
We can also keep petting him, but that's
No.
grayed out.
Oh, really? Okay, in this case, I want to say there, there, baby.
The lieutenant watches you in silence.
I don't think he would find this terribly horrible. I think Kim would appreciate a little bit of humanity. Like, he wouldn't find this as outrageous as our climbing into a furnace and putting on war paint. He clearly didn't like that. I think this he could live with. That's just my assessment of Kim's character.
Yeah, I agree. Also because he's like purely and very neutral, like this is just a corpse. I'm not emotionally affected by this at all.
Yeah.
Mode.
Which also needs to be done,
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
yeah, I think he would appreciate it, bringing a bit.
At least so far he's not complaining.
Yeah. Well, we write it down.
Yes.
That was some sick shit, Sekopa.
Oh, that's good. I forgot about that. Yeah, we did it for them as well. Take that, Kuno.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown. Low velocity.
And continue.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Right, the stones were from Kuno, who was, throwing those at the corpse.
Yeah, at low velocities.
Yeah, he took that as an insult, apparently. When really it was, like, atrocious activity on his part.
Yeah.
Very unpious
Yeah, he
towards this corpse.
could
Anyway,
have at least reached max velocity. Right?
do we cut it open now?
Well, we continue.
Okay.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Bite marks?
Predation, he probably means birds, right?
I guess, yeah. Oh, wasn't there...
Or a squirrel, maybe. a particularly ferocious squirrel.
Could be, yeah. Didn't we have a quest from the cryptozoologist's wife about a bird?
I think we're supposed to find her husband?
Right.
In the blocked off part? Yeah, that was way back.
Yeah, just...
But there was a lot of stuff about birds, for sure. Her stuff about an invisible bird. There was the glorious cockatoo.
Right.
The bang bang cockatoo. Average cockatoo. It's a weird game. I don't think it's relevant here. What do we do now, Vincent?
Well, we can write it down or write it down, but amend for high velocity.
No, I'm not doing that. We'll write it down.
Write it down.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You've got just the right tool for that.
Physical instrument.
Chain cutters.
Interfacing.
Oh my! I'm bad at this. I'm really bad at
I mean,
this.
they also sound very close to each other.
Well, I have to go by the content. I'm not judging it from the voice at all. But we'll see how it develops over time. I'd never realized this, but yeah, the cargo belt is a huge problem. You can't just cut it, right? Because it was made to carry these huge containers and stuff. It has to be, like, super reinforced.
Right, but usually, I mean, they are usually easy to remove if you just...
If you untie it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which we are about to do, I guess.
Yeah. We are trying to cut it, right? Because I guess...
Well, I thought he just did and failed.
Yeah, but we have the chain cutters.
That's true. That was the skill check. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I think the point is that the belt is, I guess, fused with the flesh or something like
Which
that.
doesn't really make sense, but all right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Floating.
broken.
Yeah. Who knows? So yeah, we can say, oh yeah, I'm prepared. And we pet the chain cutters.
Gently caress them.
Or we can say, good thing we got these chain cutters. And we pull out the rubber gripped cutters.
Yeah, either's fine. I don't know. Seems the same.
This is a very important
No, it's
decision,
not. Pick
Miles.
one. Pick the second one.
Okay.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
Oh, Precision is our middle name. Don't worry, Kim. We got this.
I don't want to, but I have to remember that we did shoot this body
Yeah.
by
But,
accident.
you know, he did technically. No, actually, who did it?
I think
I think it was us, right? You're
Yeah.
right. Okay. So, yeah, let's see. I mean,
Well-
that is very precise. We hit the target.
Yeah, dead center.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
Oh, no, not this again. He made fun of us shooting the corpse as well, and then we missed. He's... Kuno, you're making me nervous. Stop it.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
We're gonna cut his head off.
Oh, God. Could this get any more awful? Oh, my God. You're right, Vince. We're going to cut the fuck... Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's continue.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Okay.
Thanks for that contribution, little monster.
We have 4 options here, including a red check.
Whoa.
The red check is physical instrument, medium 11. Cut the belt off.
What are the chances?
58%.
Oh, shit.
But
What is the rest? Can we get a bonus?
well, the other 3 are: number 1, yes, I'm Kuno's pig. I agree. Number 2, I'm not your pig, Kuno. And number 3, look for a good spot to cut.
Yeah, ignore the children. Look for a good spot.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
That's a really disgusting image.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Yeah, I could have done without that. But we are looking at the corpse. And it didn't change. It's
Do we still have the other
58%.
2 options?
Yeah.
With the children?
Mhm.
Okay, tell Kuno that you're not his pig.
All right, here we go.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
Can we shoot
Cool.
him again?
Is there still the first option?
Well, first off, we can continue.
Oh.
Concentrate on the belt, not on who is whose pig. There is no pig. There are only the chain cutters and the belt.
Volition.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it didn't change the check.
Yeah, but we should stop interacting with the children, I agree.
Yeah, so
I guess we can't get out of this option and power game and put on stuff that boosts physical
Mhm.
instrument? No, we cannot.
yeah.
Also,
So
we probably don't have anything, honestly.
we can just
Um,
try it.
I guess. Come on, let's do it.
Okay.
You jam the cutters
Of
right
course.
under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then
What then? Oh, okay. I just had to scroll a bit. We can rotate some more. We can say enough, cut some, or we can say out loud, fuckity fuck.
That's not what I expected. You know, from failing, I thought the head goes off. Now we have to, like, you know, enact our failure in a grand display.
Yeah, I mean,
Go through it piece by piece.
it is a failure because none of these I want to do.
I guess. Do you think that if we succeeded, there would have been a good option?
I think it would have just worked.
Well, if we're gonna fail, let's fail gloriously. Rotate some more, Vincent.
Oh, God.
a really, really bad smell is coming from there now.
Oh, fuck.
And some kind of cracking sound.
Okay, we still have the option of rotate some more, this time with an exclamation mark. There's also the option to say enough, cut some, or we can still say fuckity fuck.
Let's say fuckity fuck, Vincent.
The lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
somewhat
Okay,
boring.
Vincent, what can we do now?
That's just the other two options.
Well, let's rotate some more, I say. Really get a good grip in there.
I mean, I did hear something crack. Well, whatever.
That's just the belt moving around, for sure.
Yeah, rotate some more. Here we go.
A really, really bad smell is coming from there now. And some kind of cracking sound.
Oh,
That's the same thing.
yeah. So cut it, I guess.
Yeah, let's cut it.
Yeah, fuck him! Fuck that faggot! Corpse fucking time!
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Oh, now you come up with a strategy after we failed the red check. Thanks.
Well, we can let him work, or we can say no, give him back. I was just about to cut it off.
No, let him work.
Okay.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts with his elbow to his knee for precision.
That's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's much better form than you had.
That was a skill?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
No.
I don't know, tell me.
Physical instrument.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
These metaphors are all over the place. It's yeast, it's a flower bouquet,
Mm-hmm.
it's, what else was it? The corpse. I'm sure there was something. Let's watch out for more metaphors.
Yeah.
So?
Wonder if there's a common theme.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Continue.
Here.
He hands you the chain cutters back and then kneels closer to the body,
Thanks, they're probably gross now.
running his fingers along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap. Did we do that?
Possibly.
Well, let's see. Continue.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Interfacing.
Physical instrument.
Alright. This is that skill's point in the game, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
And we write it down.
Alright.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants.
Now, let's get out and see.
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Empathy.
Yes.
Ha.
Got it.
Success.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Alright.
Oh boy. We have three options here. The first one being, does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death? Asking Kim.
Oh, Harry.
We can also inspect the genitals, or we can write it down and move on.
Oh, I was gonna not do anything, but I do kind of want to inspect them.
Yeah.
Maybe he missed something.
Yeah,
Let's inspect them.
sure.
Kuno will comment, but oh well.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
What's marbling?
You know, I tried not to think about that. Marbling, I think, is it's some kind of pattern.
Yeah, okay. Like on marble stone?
Yeah, but I might be wrong on that, but I think it's some kind of dot pattern. But maybe I'm wrong.
Interesting.
And we continue on.
You should touch it.
Inland?
Electrochemistry.
Oh, of course. Forgot about that one. No, we're not going to do that. If
we
Inland
could.
would have said it, I would have done it. If Electro says it, this is just creepy sex stuff.
Yeah,
You just
I
want to
agree.
get a hit.
Uh-huh.
We're not doing that.
Okay. So write it down and move on.
Yeah.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
Pain threshold.
Yes.
Ha. Yeah, that was easy. That skill hasn't come up very much.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. It looks like the victim struggled, if there's like, you know, marks on his fists and stuff.
Yeah, and did we ever learn if he died before he was hanged? Because this...
I don't think conclusively.
Okay. Because this doesn't sound like he struggled while hanging. He
No.
struggled before that.
Yeah, it's possible that he died before. I mean, we agreed that he must have been incapacitated when they carried him here. That's what
right.
Kim said. But it could mean that he's just unconscious and then he was killed by hanging while being unconscious.
Yeah, that
So
could be.
he would not be quite there for that process.
Okay, let's continue on.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
And we can say, this is the body of a soldier, a mercenary. Or we can write it down.
Say.
We have a real museum here. Battles, wars.
And now you write it down.
Yeah,
Great talk.
nice.
Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. And we can pick up the hand, or we can let the lieutenant work alone.
I want to let him work.
Really? I want to pick up the hand.
While he's holding it, or like the other one?
No,
It sounds like we're interfering with him.
Oh, well, okay, I guess it could mean the other hand he's moving towards. But I read that as he looked at the right hand and moved on, and now we can look at the right hand.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, though. In that case, let's do it.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Oh, I don't know. Tell me what it is.
Inland Empire.
I should have known. Okay.
And continue.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from?
What?
And what's your name?
He's talking to us again, Vincent.
Yeah, and we have 3 options. All of them saying something. The first one is, my name is ... The second one, I'm from ... Or the last one, what the...
I guess because we're like shaking his hand.
Yeah, but I should also say only the last one is talking out loud. The other 2 are talking in our brain.
No, let's do the my name is ...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Kobo.
Il
What can I
Kobo?
do for you, Il Kobo di Cappadocia?
Il Kobo. That's new.
Yeah, but isn't that just like a name for police officers? Like a cop?
I thought that about Cappadocia. That's definitely a fantasy cop thing.
I think that's true as well.
But Il Kobo? Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, okay, whatever. It's probably not very significant.
Yeah, so we can say, pleasure's all mine. Tell me, are you a temple of pain and a stranger to tenderness? Or we can say, it's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? Or we can say, nothing. I got nothing.
I like the first one very much. I will remember in my everyday life to use the phrase, a stranger to tenderness. But I want to say the second one, because that's maybe only there because we stroked his hair.
Mm-hmm. So what do we do? The second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, Kobo, I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this. I mean...
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
He pulled us right out of it.
Yeah. And we can ask him, were we expecting any? Or we can just write it down.
No, ask.
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Working so close to the fumes coming from the corpse must be hard. You realize suddenly that the lieutenant has been barely keeping it together these past 2 items.
Ooh.
Empathy.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Oh, but if we cut him open or something, this is gonna get even worse for Kim.
Yeah.
Fuck. Maybe we should do it.
Well, we can either do the internal examination,
Mm-hmm.
or we can go through the description of injuries.
Didn't we do that? I mean, okay, let's do the description. I thought we kind of did that.
Okay. I wonder if we go through the description of injuries, if we should do the internal examination before that.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it does seem like it lets you do it out of a logical order, because before we were able to do a summary before we actually examined them. So let's fucking do the internal stuff.
Okay.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
As a matter of fact, we have supreme insight into his psyche.
Do we, though?
Oh, we talked to him. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, what are the
That's
options?
Nothing. We can just continue.
Oh, interesting.
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What was that, a skill?
Yeah.
What was it?
Conceptualization.
Oh, okay. But what's the moral? I don't understand this point.
Well, we may figure this out by saying, if I may add the moral of the story, or we can just say nope.
Why is this coming up with questions about the nervous system? Anyway, I shouldn't ask. Let's just
no idea.
say number one. Yeah.
Okay.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
That's funny. I am excited too, Harry. What are you going to say?
Well, we can say the brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
What?
Yeah.
That's the only option?
We can also say, I write NA.
Okay, let me get this straight. The moral is the rain is very...
The brain.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Actually, that makes a lot more sense. Rain made absolutely no sense to me, as you can probably imagine.
Uh-huh.
But in this game would not be out of the imaginable. So say the sentence again, please.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
In the sense of it has been compromised.
Yes. By hanging.
All right, not sure I would call that a moral, but seems accurate enough. Let's say it.
Sure.
I think that may well be the moral of every story.
The lieutenant grins. Okay, so we have only the option to say, I'll write NA.
Yeah.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
Oh, I like that. Because it says purge fluid is coming from the mouth, and then it says he gets closer to the mouth hole, eyes squinting from the stench.
Yeah, you could even hear it in the voice actor, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, continue.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Whoa.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
God damn it.
They're not making it easier.
No.
Respiratory system.
Whoops. I jumped over one, I think. He also said the white bone is fractured, he says after a while. And the rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact, unremarkable.
Okay, but that injury would be consistent with hanging, I would say.
Yeah. And then we write that down, and then he says respiratory system. Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. both hands are used.
What's he prying open?
He begins to pry open the dead man's jaw.
Jaw, okay.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart, hyoid, ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Gruesome, for
Ooh.
sure.
And what kind of thought was that?
Oh, this was a skill?
Oscar, yeah.
Pain threshold?
Inland Empire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't really put a lot of effort into this one.
I figured.
Yeah.
But you gotta stay on top of it, Marius. So we can look inside the dead man's mouth, or we can just write it down.
Yeah, look inside.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Please don't.
Don't do that.
Well, let's see.
No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Pain threshold.
Yes.
Okay.
We can look deeper inside.
Yeah, look.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness. There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Inland.
Yeah, and in all caps.
Oh, yeah, and the yeah, we have to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that there's like, I don't know, cocoon of a butterfly in there or whatever serial killer would place
Yeah.
in there. I'm not sure where I'm pulling that from, but yeah. Can we get in there?
Well, let's continue and see.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently.
Right. He
That's-
doesn't know that we have secret messages from Inland Empire.
Yeah, the mouth snaps shut before you.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Well, maybe later. We can get into the internals from another side, maybe.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering what happens to the body once we are done with the field autopsy. Is it just going to lay here for a
Processing.
moment? Because maybe we can go back here while Kim is sleeping and...
I think they will carry it away. Someone will come finally and, you know,
Possibly. Well,
Right.
that's our job.
into a cemetery. No, we're not also grave diggers
No,
and
we-
undertakers.
We had to get it down.
Yeah, I know, which is already weird, but okay. I'm willing to go that far and do the autopsy, which is actually a medical kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not digging the grave for this guy. That's not reasonable
No,
anymore.
but maybe we are supposed to bring him to the cemetery.
Okay, yeah, it's possible. We'll see.
Yeah, anyway, so we write it down.
Hepatobiliary, NA.
What does that mean? It's something with blood?
Hepatobiliary. I have no idea.
Yeah, medical stuff.
And we can ask why. Don't we have anything? Or we can just write
Ask.
an
Ah, are you a hepatobiliary expert?
No, I don't even know what that word means. Kim.
A. He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
He doesn't want to do it because it's too disgusting for him. Okay, this is where we come in, Vincent. We can really help.
Well, we can say, I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
Fuck. But there's
That's it.
ancient...
Wait, that's what we were saying. And that's it? Question mark.
Ah.
And he says, that's it. So now we can only write NA.
Okay.
I wonder if there was an option and we just failed the test.
Yeah, it's possible. But man, Inland said there's ancient mysteries in there.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Same for toxicology and serology, NA.
We can say both? Question mark.
Yeah.
Or we can just write NA.
No, Pester Kim.
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
And we can say, the completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
Other options?
Right, NA.
No, okay, yeah, the first one.
Like a toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Electrochemistry.
Brimming with cocaine. arcane.
Right?
That was electrochemistry.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
And now we write NA and add toxicology requested.
Okay.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
I like all these medical terms. Whoever wrote this really did some research.
Oh yeah,
It's very commendable.
it's very good police work. Like it. And we write that down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathed a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list.
Come on, now we gotta get in there.
He looks around, to the ground, the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. And we can write it down and omit the voila, or we can keep the voila.
What, write down his voila?
Yeah.
No, omit it.
What's next on the list?
Well, now we have descriptions, a description of injuries, summary.
Yeah, let's do that now.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
The first option we have is, what about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's ask.
Oh, so we inflicted them?
And we can say,
I mean us. I mean me.
yeah, we can say this is a team effort, or we can say, okay, I have inflicted.
Yeah, I have. Let's
Okay,
take.
so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. And an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention those. Better not to muddy the waters.
Huh, interesting. Kim just wouldn't mention them. I guess then no one will ever find out that we shot the corpse.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do a second autopsy.
I mean, maybe. We don't know how this works.
That's true, but I'm not assuming it.
Okay, so we
And
can...
if Kim says don't mention it, then I'm not gonna mention it. Because Kim is sort of my role model for being a proper policeman.
Okay. Well, we can say, I agree, the waters are muddy enough. Or we can say, but isn't that sloppy? Or we can keep it minimal and say, so back to the injuries.
I do want to ask him though about sloppy. Yeah, let's do that.
Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Well, okay. The way things are falling now, I want to do it pedantically and properly and not be corrupt. Thanks,
Yeah.
Kuno. You put me on the straight and narrow again by being annoying.
Kuno, the angel of conscience.
Yes. The kingdom of conscience, remember?
Well, we continue.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
She is really into necrophilia. Like, she keeps talking about that, about fucking corpses.
Yeah.
That's her thing, more than Kuno.
I'm just wondering who's she talking to and about? If you love them so much, who's the you and who's the them?
Okay, that's a good
Is that-
point. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Is that addressing Kuno
Yeah,
and cops?
And the cops, yeah. So maybe I misinterpreted.
I mean, that might as well be true too.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. We continue.
Yeah.
Now, injuries.
Okay, we didn't have an option
Oh,
to
interesting.
decide there. Okay. So we have number 1, bite marks. Number 2, contusions. Number 3, ligature mark. Finish the autopsy. And then we can ask, what's the 4th injury field for?
Yeah, let's go through them one by one. Number 1.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Well, you are correct.
Okay.
And we write it down.
And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. And we can either say option A, fatal injury, or option B, non-fatal post-mortem.
Oh, this is like cool player skill required now. We have to actually do police work. Oh, this is exciting. I mean, Vincent, I think that this is post-mortem.
You think? You don't think the
Yes,
birds
what's
are the
your
actual-
opinion?
I mean-
Is it a bird killer? Is this some kind of horror movie? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Fine. Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury.
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Actually, we watched him do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Kuno. He is silent with it.
Empathy.
Yeah. And that was even a challenging success.
Oh, wow, cool.
So we write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Fatal
Again?
injury or non-fatal?
Not fatal.
Now I'm wondering, could we make Kuno out to be the murderer? By just writing, yep, that was a fatal injury. He was just hanging there.
Well, regardless of whether we could, we're not going to, Vincent, because we're not corrupt cops.
Fine. Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
Okay, so the next one is ligature marks, but there's also, behind that in parentheses, finish the autopsy. So I want to do the question, what's the 4th injury feared for first? All right?
Oh, yes.
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay, good talk.
Yeah.
So,
Kim is slightly pissed off. You can really get that feel, I think, which is cool. Because he's just, exhausted from the stench, I guess.
yeah. So, finish the autopsy with
Mhm.
the last one.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
That's interesting.
Why?
Because the voice actor skipped a part here.
Mm.
It says the man's head jerks to the side, awaiting your judgment. The ring around his neck is visible.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting, Vincent. I assume there's the same options again: fatal, post-mortem.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so we have to judge this now. So the way that things are seeming is that this is the fatal wound. Would you agree? I have some reservations, obviously, but like,
because
from what we have,
right.
that would be the fatal wound, right? Something has to be fatal. That seems to be it. However, as you can, I have some suspicion, because what about that 4th option? That seems weird that that's there, right?
Yeah. Also, I mean, there was a fight before that, and
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we have had the thought before, or Harry had the thought before that this hanging didn't actually kill him.
Yeah, that's very possible. I don't remember in that case, but it's just if we're doing actual police work now, that's a scenario that could exist, right? They killed him in some other way at the Union or whatever in the harbor, however, and then they carried him here and made it seem like it was a hanging, maybe to sort of spread out the responsibility for the murder.
Right.
To a group, which was the case. The Hardy Boys basically confessed, right? And they were all like, yeah, we all killed him.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah. And Kim also was like, oh, that's a bit weird. People don't do that, confessing to murder. Something's up here. Something's rotten in the state of Russia-Vol. And so, yeah, maybe they did that to cover up the murder by an individual that happened before that, maybe even connected to possible sexual violence that this man has committed.
Right. Yeah,
There was
something
that.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, or there may be other reasons involved. Maybe Everett killed him personally, and now it's being spread out. We don't know, and I think that we might have missed it. With a better skill check or two, maybe even the red one. I don't know. We might have actually been able to uncover the actual injury that led to death.
Could be, but actually, I would say this one was the fatal injury because it still has marks of blood changing.
Did he? Yeah, I mean, he specifically mentioned the lack of inflammation marks. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but in the fiction of this game, it has been established, right? And that was lacking for Kuno's stone throw marks.
Mm-hmm.
And has he specifically mentioned that this is present for the ligature marks?
I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark.
Yeah, and that would indicate that there was still blood flow.
Yeah, so this would be the fatal injury, I guess, but it might not be the...
He may have had other injuries before that.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, at least we can probably agree, it does seem to me that way, that it's not post-mortem.
Yeah. Or, I mean, yeah, I guess once the blood stopped flowing, then we would see different marks. Because I'm thinking, could it be very close to
I don't know how that works, if it's still hemorrhage, if it's immediately after death. But I suppose for like a very visible hemorrhaging, the heart has to still be pumping blood, otherwise it wouldn't accumulate. But I'm talking out of my ass here. I'm no coroner and I'm no medical expert. I barely know how my own body works.
Yeah. Hey, but we did all that Mortician's Tale stuff. Didn't you learn anything in there?
Everybody, we have a playthrough of Mortician's Tale. Go watch it. It's in another playlist if you like. It's kind of a small game.
Hey, self-advertising.
Yeah.
Either way, I think this is a fatal injury. But let's keep in mind that maybe this isn't the only one.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Let's put it down as a fatal injury because that is the most reasonable thing to do here.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start.
He didn't comment on his opinion about whether it's fatal or not. Interesting.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
We gained 70 XP.
Whoa, yeah, I was expecting a lot of XP from this. That's cool.
A level up.
So we have 2 skill points. We have to think about what we do with those now, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, where are we now? Is the autopsy over?
Almost. We can ask first, how did it go?
Oh yeah, okay.
And then we can conclude with, what now?
Give me a report, Kim.
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
Also, what Kim doesn't mention and cannot know is that we did a good job because during this autopsy, I don't know if you noticed, Vincent, but there were a lot of options that we could have taken to fuck it up. Some of them major, but you know, also little things like, okay, put down what Kuno wrote, blah, 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 make fun of Kim, write in voila and stuff. The game leaves it open to you to like fuck it up the way I'm seeing it. And we always at least avoided doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good thing.
But I like that about my idea of Harry is that even though he's in a very weird state right now and has been for quite some time, he's actually still a decent police officer.
Yeah. Which was established, right? He was a pretty good police officer once.
Yeah.
And now he gets all these strange impulses in the form of dialogue options. But the way we're playing him, he's keeping it cool, keeping it together.
Yeah, for now.
Doing his best police work. All right.
So we can ask what else? And that's it.
Okay.
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Electrochemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can ask. Perhaps a drink is in order. Later, I mean.
Is that the only thing?
We can also conclude with what now?
Conclude. I'm not giving anything to electrochemistry. I don't want any devil juice in Harry.
Honestly, I really want to see a playthrough with just full-on drugs.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. That's interesting.
Okay, so what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Okay.
You were right. We have to bring the corpse away at least.
Yeah, but I was hoping we would be able to see the corpse without Kim.
Really? You really think we would have cut it open or something?
Well, at least maybe reach into his mouth or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. But in a way, I'm also glad we're done with the corpse and it's just gone.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we rip out a copy of the autopsy pages.
For processing.
Okay, new task. Send victim's body to processing.
Not quite done with the corpse.
Nope. And Kim says, for processing. He looks at the dead man one more time. Then at the slip of red paper in his hand. Then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Empathy.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, so we have a white check now.
Oh.
Perception. Legendary 14. Search the body one more time.
We can do what you wanted, Vincent, basically. Kim is still here, but, you know, it's functionally sort of the same.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Have a brilliant 3% chance, and we get a minus from establishing probable cause.
Why do we get a minus from that? Oh, because oh, that's clever. I think, yeah. Do you have a theory?
I think because that is something we could have found and we already found it.
Well, okay, the way I'm reading it is you get a...
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm going to say?
I think so. Here, go on.
I will say it. The game is giving us a malus for this check because we are prejudiced by thinking about it a lot and like committing to a possible cause of death or whatever. Our brain is clouded. We can't have, you know, soft eyes anymore. We can't look at it with an open mind. And I really like that observation by the game and also the way it mechanized it. That's very cool.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we can try that or power game it because now we can leave. There's also...
I don't think we have anything for perception. I mean, of course, power game it, but, you know.
Yeah, so we are basically back in the very first menu. We can say, tell me something, dead man, which is still grayed out. And then we have the perception check, and then we can say, let's bag him. Take him away.
Yeah,
and then,
no.
in parentheses, let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination.
You know what, Vincent?
What?
I think this is a perfect cliffhanger.
Ooh, I like that.
We're just going to start with the white check next time. Not quite done with the body, but almost. And maybe, you know, we'll find some ancient secret, as Inland Empire put it.
In all caps.
Yeah. And, well, usually at this point, Vincent, I say... Thank you for reading to me so wonderfully.
Well,
I can't quite do that anymore.
I still did at times, but
that's true. Thank you for reading supplemental information very wonderfully, Vincent. And thank you for playing through the game with me. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, dear viewer, for watching. We have been getting some more views lately, probably because also Final Cut, and this game is sort of being talked about again. And if you're new right here in the Final Cut episode, welcome. And we always love hearing from you guys, so keep that coming. You can find us on Twitter at @makes_play. Like and subscribe, and see you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.